In this lesson, we're going to begin looking at the Edit menu. Specifically, we're going to look at Undo, Redo, Cut, Copy, Copy Qualified Name, Paste, Delete, and Select All. So you can see that each one of those, with the exception of Copy Qualified Name, has a shortcut. You may be familiar with these shortcuts as they're fairly common across multiple applications, including Eclipse. For example, Undo is Control-Z, or on the Macintosh, of course, that's Command-Z. Redo, Control-Y, or Command-Y. Cut, Control-X, or Command-X. Copy, Control-C, Command-C. Paste is Control-V, or Command-V. Delete you can actually do with the Delete key, and Select All is Control-A, or Command-A. So all of those should be fairly familiar to you if you've ever worked with any kind of word processor. So hopefully those won't have a very high learning curve. So let's just take a look at each one. Undo, Redo, Cut, Copy, Paste, Delete, and Select All. And then we'll come back and look at the Copy Qualified Name finally. So of course, if we're typing code and we make a bunch of mistakes, we can undo by hitting Control-Z and go back to where we were. If we want to redo, Control-Y. So if we want to go back to what we had changed, Control-Y a couple times and we're there. If we want to cut, it's Control-X. We needed to change this or copy it and place it in a different place. For example, if we wanted to move this whole line, we could say Control-X, Control-V to paste it down here, Control-S to save our changes. Now our changes have been saved. We can still undo everything by hitting undo multiple times to get back to where we were and resave in the original state. So you can see those are very similar, very common commands that you've worked with before. So if we want to delete, we could select a file that we want to delete. Let's just do this. Let's make a new file so that we don't delete anything that we need. Let's just make a new class and we'll call it delete me. And then on here, we'll just select that and hit the delete key. Are you sure you want to delete the file, deleteme.java? You can preview and see if it's going to cause problems. Right now, of course, it's not because it's our code that we basically just said for deleting, and we'll do OK. That file is gone. Selecting all, of course, is very important. If you want to copy and paste a block, you could Control-A, copy that, paste it into another location, or move it somewhere else. But essentially, that allows you to select all the text. And note that is just in the current editor only. So finally, the last thing we need to look at is copy the qualified name. So I'm just going to hit this in the Edit menu by pressing my mouse button, and that will copy the qualified name to the clipboard. Now what does that do? Essentially, if we needed for some reason to store or reference the file location, Control-V now, and we'll see that that is my direct file location inside of my project, source, com, infinite skills, utilities, data file manipulator, test.java. So copying the qualified name essentially puts the direct path on my physical directory from the project directory only. You'll note that this doesn't have anything like C Java projects. So if we needed to add that for some reason, we could. And of course in Java, the reason it's got the red squiggly line, we need to do escape on the slash, or essentially just put 2 slashes. And so you guys know all that, so we aren't going to spend a lot of time on that. But you can see that that would give us the direct file location. So basically that wraps up our look at undo, redo, cut, copy, qualified name, paste, delete, and select all.